Thank you for coming today. My name is Cindy Zenk. I am the coordinator for the Soil Health Coalition. The coalition partnered with the USDA NRCS, the Grassland Coalition, SDACD, SDSU Extension, to pull together an easy, hopefully, tool for you to use when you're out in the field. Or when you just have a question and you need someone to connect with. So what we did is we created what we call Growing Connections. We've always had a mentor network, and in that we've just had people who would be willing to answer questions if you had one, and it was in a book. So I had lists of names and people or resources for people to use. So since then, we thought, okay, we need something a little more right away. So if I'm out there and I see that my cover crops aren't coming up right or my corn isn't emerging evenly, how do I get that to happen? And who better to do that than some farmers and ranchers that have experience throughout? So we created this app, and hopefully it will become a very widely used. It's very new, so once you get it downloaded. So on your sheets that was being handed out, so if you go into your Apple App Store or your Google Play Store, you can make sure you download it. All right, there's a short little video.
Need ag information on the go? The new Growing Connections mobile app connects you with mentors, experts, and other producers who can help you find the solutions you need. Find this free app in the Apple App Store, Google Play Store, or use it online at growingconnectionsapp.com.
That's just a quick little video that describes it. We do have a link on our website for it too. So once you guys get that app downloaded, we're gonna kind of help you maneuver through it and learn how to use it. So on the back of that card that Stan just handed out, those little QR codes, if you put your phone on there, you can actually link right up to it, or you can go into the search for it in your stores. Like I said, the Growing Connections was an opportunity to network with others, view soil health resources, so you can do resources on there as well. Ask mentors specific questions, either to a mentor specifically or to the group of mentors. And then you can also stay informed about local events. So we can put on Soil Health Conference, or if DU is putting on something, or Spink Conservation District, or any of the different areas, we can post them on there and you can get notified when those happen. And then they'll just pop up on their phones. And we can find a mentor specifically on an area by location or an area of interest. So we have them split out. If you are a no-till gardener, you can only receive information about gardening. Or if you are a livestock owner and you want to learn more and connect with people with the livestock, you can do that. Or you can check all the boxes and you're gonna just have all of the different information and receive the notices when they happen as well. So there's different topics. You can ask a specific mentor and you can ask by a specific location. So if you're in central South Dakota and you wanna know within that area, some resources that are there or people that I could connect with, you can search by that specific area. If you are not a smartphone user, you can still use the app. You just use your website. So please, if there's people in here, I talked with a man, he said, but I have a flip phone. And I said, that's fine. You can go on and use it through the website and you'll get the same information. We tried to do it in all the different platforms and have a universal tool that will be able to connect with everyone. So the home screen, we're going to talk a little bit about that. So on there, you can log in and create a post. You can either log in if you have Facebook, an Apple login, or Twitter or LinkedIn. You can use them as your login. You don't have to create your own. You can do it that way, or you can create your own profile. Okay, so we do have mentors in there right now. Not everyone has started using it as much as we would have liked by conference, but we do have a few different posts prior to conference starting. So once you get logged in, then you will be able to, anyone could download it and use it. If they don't create an account, they wouldn't be able to do some of the different aspects. So they wouldn't be able to like a post, comment, or share, or flag, okay? But once you do, then you'll be able to do all of those different aspects. Okay, so from the home screen, here's my login information. So I added my photo. You can add your location. You can add your information and make that visible or not visible, how comfortable you are with putting that out there. Any document that the coalition has is the phone number, so that's the phone number that's on there, so everyone has that. They can contact me. And then, like I said, you can do by topic, so livestock producer, small acreage, hobby. We're really hoping to grab a large different kinds of audiences and having that be their tool. So if Rachel was out at local foods conference and we discussed this at that time, and there was a different group of producers at that, and I think it will be able for them to interact, So one of their comments was, well, if I would have known I should have bought that different kind of high tunnel, I would have done that. And those are the questions that can be posted on there right away. So like I said, right on your home screen at the bottoms, you can do private post, filter, articles, resources are at the top, and then search. Okay, so we're gonna hit all of the different areas. Articles and resources is first. So we can put on different resources that are there. That isn't something everyone would be able to do. We would be able to provide them. And there's a list of them in there right now. So if you're with an organization or you want a different resource, you just need to let us know to be able to put that on there. The resource one is one that admin has to be able to do. But the suggested article, there's so many different useful articles out there. There's books, newspaper articles. You can link them to an article. You can put PDFs up on there. And this way, I think it will just help individuals when you get, I know Dan Forgey reads a lot, and I know Brian Jorgensen reads a lot. So when they read something, they can share that, and the group would then know this is a really great article, it has valuable information, and you can pick those topics and search which ones you would like to do. You can always filter, like I had said, by the topics of your interest, whether it's the gardening, the livestock, the crop. You can also like, comment, and share those on the articles and resources, just like what we do on the posts as well. So news and updates, like I said, we can post any upcoming events that are happening, and we want to really have people make sure that they make us aware of them. They can put them on there as well, but it's a great tool because it'll have it right there in your palm of your hand. It'll notify you when those are coming up. And then to create a post. So if we take our phones, you can, on that screen, so it's the middle button, the little plus sign. So the private post you can check, and you can specify if you would like it to go to one individual mentor. You'll see a map, and there'll be pins throughout the map, and we'll be engaging and getting more and more mentors logged in. But right now, there are certain ones with the little pinpoints. So you can see where they are. When you're doing that, you can also do it just a public post, so everyone will see it. And then you can decide whether or not you want to show your location. You can upload photos, you can upload videos. So if you're out in the field and you take a video of a drill that you're wanting to adjust and have been having issues, you'll be able to do that. It's just an opportunity for you to, when you're having either issues or successes, to share that right then. So we worked with USDA NRCS, and we're connecting with like-minded mentors. Like I said, you can search by your area of interest on the mentors as well. There's opportunities for searching throughout. You can view the profiles and learn about where they are. So on your profile page, if you have your profile, there's different tools within that profile page too. So you can put in a little bio if you would like. Okay, you can put in any platforms that you are on that you want people to follow you on. So you can have those listed on there as well. You can list if you're with an organization, so like USDA NRCS, it would put that little tab on there. Mine says South Dakota Soil Health Coalition. If they're mentors, it will say a mentor on there. And it provides the opportunity for you to tell a little bit about yourself if your operation And then on this page where it says notifications, you can turn that, see that little button at the top? You can slide it on and off. If you want your phone to notify you when there's posts happening, you turn it on. If you don't want to have any notifications and just have it when you open the app, that you can do that as well. Some people like to have your phones notify you and some people don't, so we added that feature on there. Right below there, you can see take an app tour. So within the app, we wanted to have ability, so we're still on that profile page, and then right below there it says the about. You can see notifications, and then it says take an app tour. There's different screens that'll give you some directions so you know what each one of them are. Yeah, you swipe through them and just gives you a little bit of a demonstration kind of, so you can see what the app it has the ability to do. And then the about page, those are our 5 main organizations that worked with us on the Growing Connections. So we list them, and if you push on their logos, it'll go to their websites. So it'll go right to their websites, and you can get additional information that way. Okay, so here again, these are the main things that you will see at the bottom of your phone, and this is where we are right now. Okay, so then if you hit on the about, that's where you'll get to that screen, and then you can click on any of those logos and be able to find that in their websites. So we want to be able to connect everybody together. Okay, so Growing Connections, like I said, is if you are not someone who uses an iPhone, either you can do it on the website. It'll look just a little bit different, but primarily the same. It has all the same tools and abilities as it does on your phone, but it is capable for you to do it at home, and it'll be the same profile. So if you do it on your phone, you can still do it at home. It'll be the same information, so you don't have to worry about having 2 different things. You would just log in the same. So if I'm at home, I can log in on the website. It'll be the same thing that's on my phone. So here's the 2 different QR codes. So if you haven't downloaded it, I encourage you to do so, just like that business card that we had spread around. I see everyone's working on their phones, and that's what this was for. Now I want your questions. Yeah, Rachel.
So this is more an NRCS question. When someone is to become a mentor through the app, does NRCS get any type of notification, being that it would be under Earth Team Volunteers?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So mentors, what they are Earth Team volunteers. And this was originally designed for them to be able to, so before, like I said, with the book, they had volunteered. They said, yes, I will let you put my name in there and how they would want to be contacted. So when they go onto the app, if they are not already a mentor, there is forms, just like the forms they would do on paper, that they would complete, and it would be sent to me, and then I would send it to the area and the DC. And then the DC will go also to the state office. So there's a state office person too. Yep, so the same paperwork, only it's on my phone or on your computer. Yep, yeah, so we're hoping we'll get a lot more mentors, because once they start, and that process would still go through the same process.
So
Yeah.
you just sent a message?
Yeah.
Does that just go to you on the team, or where does that go to?
You sent a message as a post?
Nope, just send a message. It says the Growing
Oh, yep, it'll go to me.
Okay.
Yep, well, there's several of us. So Courtney Geppert is our mentor coordinator. She had worked with us throughout this process. We hired a company, through our agreement, we hired a company called Blue Well, who was the app designers. And she was, between Courtney and I, we worked hand in hand with them, and Rachel with NRCS, and Colette. So there is a spot where you can send a message. If you had questions or anything, then it would come to the admins. So Courtney can get it, or I can get it at this time. Yep. If you want to contact us, yeah, that's part of it. Okay.
So Cindy talked about trying to get more people on the app, and we developed the app, and us telling you to get on the app
sounds a little bit like a sales job, right? But if all of you get on the app, and the next time you go to a meeting and you give your presentation, and afterwards you say, if you have questions, if I didn't cover something, I'm on the Growing Connections app. Just log in, shoot me a message, shoot me with a photo or a video attached, and I can get back to you. Yeah. And that's the people who listen to you for crop advice and field advice will take that as an indication that this is a valuable resource that they should use.
Yeah, we encourage everyone to download it, because the more people, like Anthony's on it and he's posted comments for people, so the more people that we can have interacting, the more benefit will be for everyone. There was a producer that logged in, had a question about Bio 65 and wanted to know who has used this? Is this going to help me as I transition a little further down my soil health journey? Is it going to help me to keep my yields up going forward? And people can, answer those questions right there. It's not that everyone can give their opinions, and then that way, just like you at conference, you're going to listen to this person, and you're going to take that back and then decide what you want to do on your operation. It's giving you advice, helping you to make good decisions, but also learning a little bit and taking a little bit away from it. So I'm trying to see what else is next. Yeah, new ideas, that's Terry. So that's really what we wanted to do, is just to help you actually work through the process. So we can walk around the room. We want you to be on your apps. You can, like I said, if anyone has theirs open, you can take a photo of someone here and you can post it, or you can take one, just so see what it looks like. The one thing we learned while we were developing this is through the different companies, the protections are very important. So we had to ensure that there would not be any negative or mal information out there. We had to guarantee that. And one way to do that, so if there's someone who is not putting something on there that we would want that was real negative, it can be flagged, and that would send me a message that I need to read that and make sure to take that down. Like if it is something that is going to hurt someone, or something that isn't appropriate, it does have those precautions set in there. So I do want people to feel comfortable with using it and making sure that they are getting some good advice. So it does, yeah.
You said it can be flagged. By who?
Anybody. Anybody can flag it.
Hitting that flag?
Yep, it will send me a notification right away. That doesn't mean that it goes away right away. Then I would delete it. It notifies me that I need to check to see if it's something that needs to be brought down. So please use it. That's what those precautionary measures were in there. The different social media platforms, as you know, there can be things on there that may not be as appropriate as what we would like. And this, in the agricultural world, we learn from each other, and I think it will be a very useful tool if we can have people start posting in there, ask the questions. Anthony gets questions all the time. I know there's numerous NRCS people do. I'm not sure why my cover crops aren't coming up even, or my corn isn't emerging right, or would you put this on, or why isn't my planter setting, my seed isn't going deep enough into the ground. Those type of things. And any better person to do that is someone who's actually doing it. So SDSU Extension, any one of their employees can log on, and they can log in and it'll say SDSU Extension. So you'll know that is a extension professional, a USDA NRCS professional, and they can tag it. So they could be listed as an NRCS, a conservation professional. And then we can also put on, like I said, mentors. I'm trying to think of the other tags. The coalition has one. I think those are the main tags, all the partners.
You get a gold star.
Yeah, I do think it will be a very opportunity. I mean, not everyone can get to every event, and if we can help people to learn from you who have attended an event and say, I learned this at Rapid City, have you heard this, or however you want to present it. Give them that information and make sure. I know Anna had said they had a summit last week. Yeah. So in Minnesota, they could have said that, we had X number of people, and one producer said this, or I learned this there. And just let other people say, have you ever seen this in your field? Have you seen this happen? What was your experience on this? And try to get some interaction building.
So there's no hashtags in this?
Nope. Nope, no Twitter hashtags. Yeah.
The cool thing there is, I believe there's no algorithm. So the
Right.
posts are in chronological order.
Yep.
So you're not being shown one post just because a million
Because
people
of-
liked it.
Right.
So you can,
Yep, they're just by dated.
yeah.
Yeah. Right. It's just real time. We're hoping that it is going to be something that people will. So with the mentor network, I would get calls and I would try to connect people with different mentors. And one person, he's actually a mentor, but he also learns from others. And he said, I just wanted someone to answer me when I was in the field. And that's one way it got started. I know Jeff had a lot of experience and had the same thing happen. So I do, once people know it's out, you will hopefully hear it. We will start doing some advertising now. I don't know, I had a conference that I needed to get kind of wrapped up, so I haven't done as much advertising. You'll hear about it on the radio. We'll start doing a little more of that. Social media, we'll get it out there a little more. We have some different little videos. So be watching for it, encourage others to download it, because that's where it'll be successful, is by everyone participating and sharing their information.
Some of us in the room are working on education.
Absolutely.
Specifically tied to, non-ag folks.
Yep.
So I'm wondering if as you developed it, if you envisioned a way that we could use this app with teachers and other non-ag groups. I'm just trying to let it run in my head how that could come together.
Right, so anyone can sign in. They can pick the selection in the areas that they want to learn on or learn with. As far as, I guess, I don't think there's too much in South Dakota that isn't agriculture. So it's everything is tied to something. So if they want to choose a garden owner, and more specifically a small producer, but as far as education, you can share any information on it. But I don't know that there is specifically a tool. As a teacher, if they are wanting to learn more, they can log in, create a profile, and then they will see everything on there with all the boxes.
So if we start exploring that with
Yeah.
teachers and thinking about that, is there going to be a chance to provide suggestions, in the group of where you could pick what you want to be classified as?
Could we change them?
Could we have a teacher button there?
Oh, yeah, I think we could. We will be making improvements, so you won't have to download or redo things. You'll just it will renew, you'll see a different version. So there are other things that I'm going to say was on my list that was supposed to be accomplished that hasn't been yet, that will be coming. So that is a potential. So that is something you can send in to the messages, and say, contact us. Would you ever consider adding another area? Yeah, definitely. But if they only select the teacher one, then you're only going to see the teacher stuff. So that's my hesitation of doing it that way, because where they're going to learn is if they select them all, and they're going to see the posts from the other agriculturalists. So that's, yeah. So I have 9 directors. For those of you that know the coalition, there's 9 board members. They're all diversified all across the state, and there's some of them are not interested in possibly no-till gardening. So he is like, I am not going to check that box. I do not want to see that. Where that will be the key thing for a lot of other people. So those are the abilities of it, to really focus in on what you want to learn. Have the options of specifying your knowledge, and I hope numerous people will check numerous things, because one area is, you can learn so much from some other people too. So Anything else, Stan, that I forgot that we wanted to talk about with the Growing Connections? I really expected people to have their phones and have questions while they're trying to maneuver through it, but we can definitely go through the app. I have other videos, but
How do you know what your check boxes are? What your categories are?
on your profile, you can log in and it would be able to look on yours.
Like the little
Yep.
the little figure of
Figure.
a man at the bottom at the bottom right hand of
On
your
your
screen.
yep.
And if you go to edit profile,
Yep.
there you go. My father is a producer, and I cannot tell you how many times he leverages the power of social media to get stuff done on his farm. On Facebook, he has certain groups that he interacts with, and if he posts a tractor problem or a crop problem, he can get a decent solution pretty quick. The problem is that those groups are filled with a lot of trolls, and some of that information is not always trustworthy. What this app does is gives you that power to leverage your ag community, but filters out some of that information through the use of these trusted mentors. These are people who know what they're talking about, so you can go directly to them.
Yeah.
And you can verify that you can find one that's near your location, so they're dealing with similar climate issues, and by subject area, so that they're experienced in the things that you are interested in. That's the real power of the app, and I hope that you all tell everybody about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, we do have we handed out the directions. So this is a useful tool. We tried to put all the different areas on here. So take some, if you have some other people that you're going to be seeing, feel free to take a few extras. We will be getting these out to the USDA offices, the Growing Connections book as well. This is a new version and it has that worksheet in it as well. So we just added that in there.
Any questions or issues with the app?
Yeah, Rachel? Yeah, and we're not aware of any other apps like this that we know of. So we're really hoping, there's a lot of people that like Twitter and different things, and if we can have that same content in a more of a group, I think the resources and the conversations are going to really grow.
Are there any size restrictions placed on it? Like if
The videos or things, that what you mean?
well, just like if there was a farmer in Iowa that heard about it and went on,
Nope, he can.
no like size restriction.
Nope, he can log in. Yep, he can create an app. Yep. How many of you are going to think you'll use an app? Do you think you'll use it? Perfect.
Nothing is checked.
Yeah.
What is a reasonable time?
livestock producer, then you won't see anything like
So, like I said, we just announced it. It just went live. It could be instant, depending on who has it on, and if they have notifications.
This, every hour of every day.
No, not absolutely. And that's the mentors are just becoming aware of it too. So I am working with them, trying to get them all familiar with it. It's brand new to them. They're more apt to a phone call. So I'm hoping it will be instant as soon as everyone's more familiar with it, as much as possible.
3 hours.
Yeah. So we can, we had that producer, like I said, with that Bio 65 question, and he had emailed it to me. We encouraged him to put it on the app to see if I would get any response. He did get some. David Kruger responded and a couple others responded. Yep, and you responded. So David's was right away because he has the notifications on. He did it pretty quick. So I'm guessing it will get faster and faster. That's our goal, And I also tell people when I encourage them to download it, is that it may be, this is their livelihood. They may be planting 24 hours a day and in the field. They will answer it as soon as they can. But that's our goal, is to have it so, because it's quick and easy, it doesn't take them long, but it does take them away from what their job is too. So as soon as more SDSU extension people get on and USDA NRCS. So one aspect too, I want to talk, there's a couple USDA NRCS people. So on your phones, if you have not merged to the new system, right now you wouldn't be able to download it because it wasn't whitelisted. But as soon as that merger happens, then it will be, and it's a quick and simple merger. But anyone that has a USDA NRCS phone, it just takes some time for them to get through that process. So if there is any questions with that, I can help you.
About the filter, when you click on the funnel and there's nothing checked, that means you have no filter applied. You're getting everything. But if you only want to see livestock producer posts, if you check livestock producer and nothing else, then you will only see livestock. And when you want to go back to seeing everything, you can hit clear all, and then you no longer have a filter.
Right, you aren't filtering it. So it's just like on an Excel spreadsheet, you have the arrow, So anyway, so Blaze McGregor is a high school student who was just in here, and I see he liked to post, and so that's where I think it will help the youth, maybe not necessarily a teacher network, but also egg students and different students maybe on their projects, if they start asking them questions, ask those mentors who they maybe have heard of or read in an article, or maybe their teacher said something. So yeah, well, I want to thank you for your attention, and yeah, if you have any questions, Stan and I will be here, and hopefully we can continue to build this. Excuse me?
Is there any age limit, like 18 to 65?
There isn't.
No. You're not
Sorry.
going to age out of this age.
Sorry, Anthony.
You don't get off that easy.
No. No,
Okay, so high school kids can be on.
absolutely. But we can flag it and we can watch. That's the key is, we do have the ability to watch. Yep. Yeah. No, they are able to. It's in the Apple App Store. It's a free resource. Anyone can download it. So we want to have you prepare to get back for lunch pretty soon.
If you would like one of the mention
Yeah.
booklets,
Any handouts, please take with.
so that you can see all the ones that are registered
Yeah.
in the state.